People, Deluded, I'm back again. Good morning, and I hope you're all doing well and safe. And thank the Lord, we've all woken up, at least in England, in good spirits and good health. And I hope the same wherever you are in this world, whatever you're going through. But we might as well speak about some more transfer speculation in regards to Arsenal. The first one I'm seeing, and actually as I was preparing my notes, because I did some yesterday, but obviously do another round of checks, reports emerging out of Germany, I think specifically blind people. There is a lot of Bayern Munich news. Now, that's not relevant to us, but firstly, we've been linked with Jerome Boateng generally this season, and apparently they'll let him go for 15 million. Now, could Arsenal do a loan with an option to buy away from what we think of the player? That probably is something that entices Arsenal. But the main news I saw from Bayern Munich, if they fail to get Leroy Sané, they have a list of alternatives. They're still on the case of Callum Hudson-Odoi. With his injury, with Hazard leaving, allegedly he's close to renewing the deal. Draxler said no to leaving Bayern Munich. I think they have a couple of other targets, but I saw Carrasco's name. Now, you can see why Carrasco's linked. Now, Munich are very smart with their money, so I don't feel they'll spend 30 million on Carrasco. Like I said, he's 25 years of age. He'd present a good squad option to them and things like that. I just don't think Bayern Munich will go for him. They could always go for him, and they what I mean by that is for that sort of money. I just feel they feel it could be better used elsewhere. To be honest with you, it'll be a good squad player for them, of course, but pardon me. Yeah, and if the interest is legit, Carrasco has a choice to make. I mean, on one hand, Arsenal went hard for you in January and it didn't happen for us, and we're going for you now. So that means we really want you. If we really want you, you're going to be loved here of sorts by the manager. You're going to play a lot of football. Bayern Munich is Bayern Munich now. Arsenal, Bayern Munich, no contest. If you want to have better chance of winning honours, of challenging things, of playing in a more competitive squad, clearly Bayern Munich can offer him that. It can offer him possibly getting to later rounds of Champions League, a competitive side, 9 times out of 10 expected to win the domestic title in Germany. So there's stuff like that. There's a lot of competition, and they're trying to get more depth in. But if you look at I'd rather play Gnabry, but if you look at Gnabry, Coleman, I think, is it Davies, Ribery and Robin are getting on a bit, but he'd be the most senior out of the young sort of options, so he might get a lot of football. Who knows, man? But it's no contest. If he wants to go and win trophies, you go to Bayern Munich. The only issue is they're always trying to better their squad. You could find yourself out of the team in a couple of years, or next year even at a point. So he's got a difficult decision to make. Obviously, if Bayern Munich are really involved, it puts a spanner in the alleged work of what Arsenal is trying to do, because Carrasco, there's no way around it. He has to be a top target of sorts. Apparently, Mislintat was keen on him. Obviously, we tried to go for him in January along with Perisic. It didn't happen. Dennis Suarez came. So he is someone that is earmarked. Allegedly, we tried to do a loan thing. His club only wanted to leave permanently for 30 million. You think that is a lot of our budget. So we'll see how that one develops, people, to be fair with you. And it'll be interesting to see how many signings we make and how much it all adds up comes January. Pellegrini of Roma, he's been linked with a move to Arsenal and Spurs. Allegedly, he has a £30 million release clause that can be paid in 2 instalments. You look at how we paid for Torreira and things like that, and allegedly we're trying to do staggered payments with clubs. That ticks our boxes. I'm sure Arsenal can find 15 million, or we'll probably find a way to pay that in 3 different ways. I wouldn't mind Pellegrini. He can play on the wing. He can play in central midfield. I've actually seen him on the flanks at a period for Roma as well. Obviously, the flanks isn't his thing. He's got a good energy. I like him, and I'd be open to him. I just don't feel there's any truth in this. Of course, I'm not in the know, and I don't know what happens, but I just don't feel there's much truth, people, personally, because we're always linked with Roma players. If we're not signing this Pellegrini one, we're going to be signing Manolas, or we're going to be going for Unda, the winger, or some other players. Or before Monchi left their head of director role, we was going for him. So I think it's very easy to write these sort of stories. But allegedly his agent is in London, and apparently Roma want to renew his deal. They want to not only remove this release clause, but obviously give him a better financial package and make him vice captain. So could this be a ploy from the manager, from his agent, who manages his best interest from that point of view, using Arsenal and Spurs, the fact that Arsenal are rebuilding and Spurs are looking at players to help them kick on, using that to kind of leverage his current employers to give him more money or whatever. I'm not too sure, to be fair with you, my people, but who knows? We'll see how that one develops. Just some other general news as well. Torreira's been linked with AC Milan. Apparently the new manager's keen on him. Or could it be Ivan Gazidis? Not going to entertain that one. Torreira isn't going to leave, in my opinion. Obviously, we're being linked to all our players, whether they're good players or players that we can afford to move on, are being linked with AC Milan and backroom staff as well. I don't think Torreira will leave, but there's no smoke without fire, and Ivan Gazidis will try and raid this club at some point, to be honest with you people. I'll be very surprised if Mislintat in a couple of years or whatever doesn't end up at AC Milan, for example. I know Mislintat isn't at the club, he's at Stuttgart, but you get the point. And other people behind the scenes that are still at the club, I think he will start to try and poach us and things. We've been linked with Jean Jourdain of Eibar. Apparently he's going to Seville, so that one's off the list. And Samuel Chukwueze, man, Villarreal winger I like a lot, man. We almost got him before he moved there. I really like him. Sadly, he's contracted until 2023. Surely, if you got 30 million to spend on Carrasco, I think Carrasco's probably more ahead as a footballer right now, but surely if you've got 30 million on him, you can spend 30 million on this guy. He's allegedly asked Santi Cazorla about life in England now. I would love to think that means Arsenal, but he's been linked with Liverpool. So we'll see how that one personally develops, people. But yeah, man, I don't think I've got any other transfer news of relevance, people. So I'm going to get out of here and let you lot enjoy your day. So on that note, people, deluded. Thank you for watching and rocking with me. I'm out.